I used to think love was something you had to chase. That perfect moment where everything lines up, the stars, the timing, the feelings, and then boom, there it is. Love. But life doesn't work like that, does it? Life is messy. It's full of half-finished conversations, misunderstandings, silent car rides, and moments where you look at someone and wonder if they even see you anymore. I remember sitting across from my partner one night after a long day. We hadn't really talked in days. Just surface stuff. The kind of talking that sounds like communication but isn't really. Did you eat? Yeah. How was your day? Fine. That kind of thing. And I looked at them and felt this ache in my chest because I realized we weren't connecting. Not really. And it wasn't because we didn't care about each other. It wasn't because we were unhappy. It was just life, work, responsibilities, exhaustion, the weight of trying to be everything to everyone except each other. And I started thinking, why do we keep chasing perfection in relationships? Why do we expect our partners to be flawless, emotionally available all the time, always patient, always understanding, always ready to give us exactly what we need the second we ask for it? That's not real. That's not human. You don't need a perfect partner. You need an honest one. Someone who can sit with you when things are hard. Someone who doesn't run when the silence gets too loud or when the conversation gets too heavy. Someone who shows up. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but consistently. I've seen so many people walk away from good relationships because they believe the myth that love should feel easy all the time. But the truth is, real love is work. It's choosing to stay present when you'd rather check out. It's learning how to fight without breaking each other. It's learning how to apologize even when you're still angry. It's learning how to listen more than you speak. And maybe most importantly, it's learning how to communicate. Not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's hard. Because here's the thing. Communication isn't just about words. It's about presence. It's about showing up as yourself, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when you don't have all the answers. I used to think vulnerability was weakness. I thought being open meant exposing your flaws, giving people reasons to leave. But over time I learned that vulnerability is actually courage. It's saying, this is me. This is where I'm hurting. This is what I need. This is what I'm afraid of. And it's asking someone else to do the same. And when both people show up like that, imperfectly, honestly, messily, that's when connection happens. Not because everything is figured out, but because both people are willing to figure it out together. I remember a time when my partner and I went through a rough patch. We were arguing constantly, misreading each other, feeling disconnected. And one day we sat down and just started talking. No agenda, no pressure, just talking. About our fears, our frustrations, our hopes, the ways we felt unseen, the ways we wanted to see each other more clearly. It wasn't pretty. There were tears. There were silences. There were moments where we didn't know what to say. But we stayed. We listened. We showed up. And something shifted. Not because we solved everything in one conversation, we didn't, but because we chose to try. To understand each other again. To rebuild what had started to erode. That's what matters. Not perfection. Not having all the right words. Not being flawless. It's the willingness to talk, to listen, to show up. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Because love isn't about finding someone who never disappoints you. It's about finding someone who chooses to come back to you after they've disappointed you. Someone who apologizes when they hurt you. Someone who listens when you tell them how you feel. Someone who tries. Not perfectly, not effortlessly, but sincerely. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's everything. We live in a world that sells us these impossible standards. Relationships that look effortless on social media. Couples who seem to never argue. Stories where love fixes everything. But real love, real connection, it's not about fixing each other. It's about accepting each other, while still working toward growth. It's okay to want better. It's okay to ask for more. But it's also okay to realize that no one is going to meet every single expectation you have. What matters is whether the person beside you is willing to try. Whether they're willing to listen. Whether they're willing to show up, not just on the good days but especially on the bad ones. Because here's the secret no one tells you. Communication doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Sometimes just saying, "I'm struggling," is enough. Sometimes, just listening without trying to fix anything changes everything. Sometimes just showing up, even when you don't know what to say, means more than any grand gesture ever could. So if you're in a relationship right now or hoping to be, let go of the idea that your partner has to be perfect. Let go of the fantasy that love will always feel easy. Instead, focus on building something real, something honest, something that grows not from flawless moments, but from consistent effort. Find someone who talks, who listens, who shows up, even when it's hard. Because that's not just love. That's real love. And if you find that, if you build that, hold on to it, nurture it, fight for it, because that's rare. That's beautiful. That's worth everything. And if you haven't found it yet, don't settle for less. Don't convince yourself that loneliness is better than imperfection. Don't let fear stop you from opening up again. Keep showing up. Keep communicating. Keep believing that there's someone out there who will choose you. Not perfectly, not easily, but truly. Because that's what matters. Not perfection. Just connection. Just honesty. Just showing up. Even when it's hard.